The Rundown with Ramon. This is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, where we do give you tips and insights to live your best life and start or grow your business. Talking to my new friend, I'm going to say your first name and let me know if I got it right.
Yeah.
Cheldin?
Cheldin,
Cheldin,
perfect.
I got it right. Cheldin,
Yes.
welcome. Thanks for being here, The Rundown with Ramon. Give us your full name, where
Yes.
we can find you, and what you do today. Then I want to
Oh,
do two things: get tips from
yeah.
you, and I want
Yeah.
to know how you got there. Those are the two things I
Oh,
want
I
to do. Give
love
me your
it.
full name and
I love it.
who you
Oh
are.
my God. Well, first, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Cheldin Barlatt Rumer. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. We connect remarkable women to inspiring stories.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
Super excited to be here. We publish digital content, editorial and lifestyle blogs, and produce national events that bring women together both online and off. You can find us everywhere. You can find at This Is It TV or log on to thisisItTV.com.
And can you give me a for example? I heard you, but for
Yeah,
example, there's
yeah.
Becky Armorall out there. What's her problem and why does she connect to you? Just give me a for
Oh,
example on that.
absolutely, absolutely. We pride ourselves on elevating the voices of women.
Okay.
Just because you have a bakery doesn't mean you want to talk about your cookies. The majority of people that have small businesses got into it because of the passion of what it is that they do, not telling the story of what it is that they do. And if you do not tell the story, other people will tell the story for you. People cannot buy what they cannot find. They cannot promote what they do not know. And so if you just lay breadcrumbs, people will be able to find you. But if you do not lay the breadcrumbs, it makes it very difficult. So I make people question, are you making it a scavenger hunt for people to pay you? Is it hard for people to find you? And a lot of times people look at social media and they get very, very overwhelmed and they say, I don't want to, I don't like social. And I typically say to them, as it relates to personal branding, social media is simply a tool that you use to get closer to what it is that you want. My goal isn't for you to go viral or for you to become a TikToker. My goal is simply for you to be found and have the information be accurate. And so when that becomes the case, you're just making sure that you're not worried about bragging, you're simply sharing when it's the truth. So yeah, that's my goal.
Wow, I can tell you're an expert. I just love your words, the breadcrumbs. And by the way, everybody in the world's a TikToker. My kid's a
Everybody,
TikToker. My cousin Jeremy. Why can't I be a TikToker? Like,
you can
I
be
thought
a
that was the
TikTok.
nirvana. That's what I had to be in business. No?
No, you don't have to do it. Now, if you are called to do it, you can
I
find me at hashtag over 40. If
Yes.
you're looking for TikTokers, I'm on there. But that doesn't mean you have to. And I think that a lot of people feel imprisoned by social media. It's something that they're burdened with doing, as opposed to utilizing it to have more people know about you today than yesterday, right? We all go and we Google and we search, even if it's someplace that our best friend told us to go, we're going to look it up ourselves. And if you haven't posted since 2016, unfortunately, you look closed. You look like you are in witness protection.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you are begging people to purchase your product or service. So I just want you to utilize the tools to get closer to what you want and for have more people to know who you are.
I
Yeah.
love it. We'll get to some tips, Children, but tell us how you got here today. Where were you
Sure.
yesterday? Where were you
Yes.
50 months ago? Where were
Yeah.
you 10 years ago? Take us through some of the
Yes.
breadcrumbs of just what brought you here
For
today to
sure.
speak to Ramon Ray.
For sure, for sure. I am always, I'm sure you can feel it or see it depending on how you're consuming this piece of content. I'm an extrovert. I've always
Yeah.
been an extrovert. I'm the young girl in the class that's talking way too much. Even as an adult, you can hear me before you see me. I am an extrovert. And in PR and marketing, where my business and my career began, the majority of my clients were not. They were not extroverts. They had a hard time finding the words of why somebody should buy their necklace versus someone else's. And I thought it was so tragic, especially something that just comes so natural to me. And how do I encourage people to find their voice? What tools can I provide them to do so? And I'd studied media and communication. I wanted to be on that network MTV when it played videos, right? I wanted to be a VJ on spring break, introducing Eminem. That's what was my main goal, right? And there wasn't so many of those opportunities. So I got into sales and marketing and eventually started my own agency, and I found these clients. And I reverted back to my ability and my love of television, my love of talk shows, my love of interviewing. And I just took the camera out in our office and started interviewing my clients. I found my voice, they found theirs because they were comfortable in the space. The person that was asking them the questions was curious, nosy even, about their grandmother's recipe, about why they started their necklace business. And so I just knew at that point that that is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And in my mind and out loud, I said, this is it. This is it. This is all I will be doing for the rest of my life. And This Is It Network was born on that day. And so my ability to bring out the best of others, to get them to find their voice, whether it be online or off, is all I do. And I just do that through a digital network and starting conversations. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey. Interviewed over 1,000 women, over 1,500 people. And I'm going to keep doing it because there's so many stories to tell.
I love it. Those who are just listening, who just tuned in, can you one more time give us your website, how to reach you, and just recap again who you serve? And I think you have a book out. I have the name right in front of me, but I'm sure you'll say it better than me. So just do a
Yes.
recap of who you are and who you serve again.
Of course, my name is Cheldin Barlatt Rumer. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. We connect remarkable women to inspiring stories. Our mission is to make sure that you no longer whisper your wishes, but you in fact scream your dream. My new book, Scream Your Dream, 66 Lessons to Build Your Personal Brand, is out now on Amazon. We're having a blast. Again, elevating the voices of women, sharing stories, and having more people know about you today than yesterday.
I love that. Wow, I love it. So can you give us another, for example, the ladies and the women, the professionals who are with you, I assume, if I'm wrong, they have some offer, they have some solution for clients, and they're looking to you to get publicity and reach for it? And or is it they simply just want to share their story? Is there a business tied to it? Help me unpack a little bit who they may
Yeah.
or may not be.
It's a combination. So it's
Okay.
either a brand that again wants more people to know about them today than yesterday, and they're in that kind of middle ground. They may not necessarily be able to buy a 60-second spot during the Super Bowl, but they need to have a grassroots way of connecting with their ideal audience every day. So how do we help them create content that they can use, create content that can be timely, right? Capitalizing on chocolate chip cookie day, but at the same time being true to what it is that they've got going on. So we provide them with that accessibility, right? More, I wouldn't say sophisticated, but more disciplined than just everyday social media, more accessible than traditional cable television. So we are sit right in that middle ground, offering emerging and established brands the ability to promote their brands, products, and services. And from the individual, B2C, we give people the opportunity to learn how to tell their story. The majority of people know who they are. They know what they want. They know why they deserve it, but they haven't turned it into what I call your unique equation. So I teach you how to do that. How do you identify who you are? How do you become clear on what you want? And how can you brag boldly as it relates to why you deserve it? So if you're a brand, let me help you tell your story and share you on This Is It Network. If you're an individual, let me help you build your story and scream your dream.
I love it. I love that. What are some of the common problems? We can do it that way. And I'm trying to lead into and or a tip, however we want to,
Yeah, of
word
course.
that for many of the professionals, the ladies, the women, and possibly men too could be. By the way, do you take any men or is it pretty much
I
targeted
take
towards
any.
ladies? Okay.
No, I love, they have a soft spot for my madness, but any brave gentleman out there that wants to work with me, I'd be more than happy. Listen, the fundamentals are the same regardless
I
of
know
whether
that. Yeah.
of your gender, but also of your industry. I mean,
Yeah.
whether again you're a leader or an executive or an entrepreneur, these skills are necessary so you can get yourself closer to what you want. So you can advocate for yourself. The majority of people, again, know all of these basics, but how do they communicate it? How do you create a differentiating advantage that you can share and that is equally shareable, right? And so I think that for a lot of individuals, they get overwhelmed in what to post, right? Where to post and all the things. And we talked a little bit about this as we will now become fast friends, is that it's really not about going viral. It's not about you turning your whole personality into being an influencer. It's simply about utilizing social media as a tool to be found. Is there enough information for someone to find you and understand who you are, what you want, and why you deserve it? Is there enough information, phase two, for those same individuals to share you? Personal branding, by my definition, is what people say and think about you in your absence. When you are not in the room or the Zoom, what are people saying about you? And if there's enough information out there, you're doing just fine. If you look like you're in witness protection, we got some work to do. So that's all really what I'm trying to convey, get out there, whether you have a product or service and you need an outlet to share it that's accessible and reasonable and disciplined, or if you're an individual that wants to craft their story and really prepare and practice on how to sell it, how to share it, just to know that we're your friend in order to make that happen.
I love that. Listen, before we come to an end, Cheldin, I hope we have another time for discussion. Can you just
Sure.
drop some quick tips on us as well?
Yeah,
Talking to the lady out there or man, but the ladies who are
yeah,
out there, like, you know what?
sure.
I have a brand and I'm an individual. I'm hearing what Sheldon's saying, and I
Yeah,
need to do more. I thought I had to be on TikTok. She's saying, "Ooh, I don't have to." I don't have to go viral. What are five,
well,
six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 1,000, whatever you want to
yep,
give tips that you can
yeah,
just say, "Hey, here's a
for
few
sure.
things to point us in the right direction." What would you say?
For sure, for sure. Find a platform that you are comfortable on, right?
Okay.
Find a platform that works for you. Test that platform. Really begin to create content, and content, we throw around that word, but photos, editorial, video that is comfortable for you. I
Mhm.
can comfortably say that not everyone is comfortable on video.
Right.
And oftentimes, if you are not, we can tell. So there's no reason for you to force feed a piece of content because the world tells you that you need to be on video if it's not the best depiction of yourself. So really feel comfortable with who you are and find a platform that works for you. The other piece is that a lot of people say, I'm all over the place. I have so many things going on, I'm all over the place. Relax, Janice, you do photography, videography, and blogging. You are not all over the place, girl. You do 3 things. And so how do we departmentalize what it is that we are, as opposed to just throwing everything around? The example that I tend to give is that Target is a happy place for me, at least for now. Target sells everything from baby food to lawnmowers. You walk into Target and you might spend too much money, but you are never lost because
Yes.
everything is in an aisle, right? So all you need to do is departmentalize yourself. The photography is an aisle, the videography is in the aisle, the editorial is in an aisle. Ideally, people go to your website in that digital space. They go to your website because they want photography, and like Target, we
Mhm.
leave buying much more. Oh, we do videography. Oh, they write. Right? So how do you begin to departmentalize what you do so you can tell your story in an organized way, right? If you walk up to someone and you're like, I'm all over the place, that person is going to think you are all over the place. If you walk up to them and say, I'm a photographer, but I also do videography, no one is overwhelmed. No one
Mhm.
is concerned. No one is like, oh, I don't know if this person has it together. So be careful on how you talk to yourself about yourself, and then organize all of that content so it's digestible for people who have what you want.
I love it. One more time. And the reason why I do this for those listening, the reason why I do this is just I haven't proven this in scientifically, but it's my show, so I can do what I darn well please. I just like people forget. I be listening to a podcast sometimes. I'm like, I gotta scroll back or I gotta look at the show notes. See, people, you don't gotta look at the show notes. You don't gotta scroll backwards. You don't gotta wait to the
Oh,
end. I'm asking
it's,
her to repeat herself right now. So when you want to work with Sheldon, you're gonna hear right now. One more time,
yeah.
Sheldon. Tell us who you
Okay,
are again.
please, again, if you are a brand, product, or service, and you'd like to work with This Is It Network and share your content on our platforms or have us create content for you, please log on to thisisItTV.com. If you are looking for inspiration or motivation, or if you would like for us to help you scream your dream, again, elevating your voice, make sure you follow us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. You can work with me directly to help you craft and distribute your story, or you can work with us directly as This Is It Network to distribute your products, your services, as well as your campaigns to our community. Our goal is to ensure that you no longer whisper your wishes, but you in fact scream your dream.
I love it. Truthfully, people, I just wanted to hear Sheldon's voice again. That's really all I wanted to do. My name is Ramon, everybody. This is the Rundown with Ramon, bringing you cool people, inside information to help you grow your business. And you can find me across the platforms, RamonRay.com, ZoneOfGenius.com, wherever you like. And definitely check out Sheldon. Thank y'all for joining me on the Rundown with Ramon.